What's good, y'all, man? It's Striving to Prosper here, and I'll be breaking down everything you need to know about Archon Shards. Warframe has a lot in store for us, and that's coming up real soon. We're getting a couple of frames, we're getting some reworks, whatever they got planned for us, we gotta be ready, and Archon Shards is something that you must have. In this video, we'll be discussing how Archon Shards work, why you should have Archon Shards, and how to farm for Archon Shards. Let's get into it. Archon Shards have been in the game for a few years now, so of course there's been newer ways to obtain them. Now, before I get into all that, of course I have to make sure the baby tenno are caught up first. So per usual, for my OG tenno who already know and don't want to hear me yap, please feel free to use the timeline below and skip to your desired section of information. So my fellow baby tennos, assuming you already have the helmet in your orbiter, first you must complete the New War quest, then complete the Veilbreaker quest to unlock the Archon Shards segment blueprint and Whispers in the Walls quest to be able to play the Archon Hunt and Netracells missions. This is how you will be able to have the base 3 Archon Shards, Crimson, Amber, and Azure. Then you will need the Helmuth Coalescent segment. This allows you to obtain 3 new Archon Shards, Topaz, Emerald, and Violet, while also allowing you to fuse 2 shards together to create the new shards you obtained. I'll explain all of this in detail very soon. You'll have to be rank 2 within the Kavia Syndicate and purchase it from Bird 3 for 30,000 standing. Now hopefully that gave you a better understanding of what you have to do to get up to the next section of this video, and the next section we're going to talk about is how to farm for Archon Shards. Of course, we got the very first method since Archon Shards has been a thing, and this is the Archon Hunt. For those who don't know, it works exactly the same as a sortie mission. The only thing that's different is that there's different reward pools and the missions are a lot harder. That blue shard that you see on the screen right now is a guaranteed drop with a 20% chance that it can drop as a tile forged. Now that 20% does increase every week by 20 if you do not get tile forged. So after killing the Archon boss, and if you just get the regular shard, so for instance, if I only get the blue shard but it's not tile forged, next week the shard will be up to 40%. And it goes up to 100% chance maximum if you fail to get the Archon Shard at Tile Forge. They call it a pity system. So the more that you fail getting the Tile Forge, the higher of your chances until it gets to 100%, which is of course guaranteed. Now each mission has a different rotation every week. As you can see, I have Spy, but usually for the first mission is Capture, Exterminate, Mobile Defense, Rescue, Sabotage, or of course like you see on my screen is Spy. The second mission's rotations will either be Defense, Disruptions, Excavation, like you see on my screen right now, I have Interception, or Survival. And the third and final mission will be the Showdown, so you can kill the Archon boss and get that Archon Shard, and you'll be done for this week. Now what makes this difficult is that there are empowered enemies, so that means the enemies are a lot stronger. No respawn, so if you go down, there's no bringing yourself back up unless your teammates pick you up. And the more you go down, the quicker you bleed out. And lastly, no consumables allowed. So if you're not comfortable going by yourself or you don't think you have the capabilities of going in alone, definitely run with a squad. Makes it a lot faster and more effective. Now a quick word of advice, Spy is probably the only mission that I would recommend going solo if you are very good at it. And I say this for many reasons. One, because a lot of people aren't really good at the hacking system, and I'm not trying to judge nobody, I'm not pointing fingers. You know who you are, by the way. It's okay to admit it, but not a lot of people are good at it, and you have to hack all 3. You can't have 1 fail, you can't have 2 fail. You gotta have all of them completed. You can't, if you get caught, you need to make sure you finish it. If you fail, the mission's over, you gotta start over. And yeah, a lot of people get irritated. I can't tell you how many times I was in a game where people kirked out at me, kirked out at someone else. It happens. I'm always willing to go back again because at the end of the day, we're trying to get this mission done, and I will give you like 3 or 4 tries. And of course, if you can't do it, then I'm gonna have to leave and do it on my own. I'm sorry for yapping too much about this, but Spy is probably the one that I would recommend going in alone. Learn how to do this by yourself if you can, because it does get frustrating. It really does. So get an invisible frame, somebody who can stealth really well. Don't get caught, finish it. It's really easy. You don't have to touch nobody. Nobody will touch you. Just get it done, get it over with, and then join in with a squad on the next missions. A pretty cool thing and a nice thing to have up here is that they have a bonus Warframe and a bonus weapon. So the bonus that they have for the specific Warframe shown is plus 300% strength and plus 500 health, and then for the weapons that they have shown is plus 300% damage. So it's good to have. If your favorite Warframe and your favorite weapons up here, go ahead, bring it on, might as well, and you get that extra damage. Once you completed all the steps and made it to the final mission, which is the showdown, you have to assassinate the Archon boss. Once defeating the Archon boss, you're going to extract the Archon Shard from them, and then you'll also, after extraction, you'll see if you got the Tau Forge or the regular Archon Shard, plus a reward from the reward pool. For the next method to obtain an Archon Shard is head over to Demos and go to Sanctum Anatomica. When you arrive, head over to Bird 3. Bird 3 sells one random Archon Shard per week for 30,000 standing in shiny treasures. You must be rank 5 for the Kavia Syndicate to unlock for purchase. Bird 3 would never sell Tau Forge shards and only sells red, blue, and yellow shards, so keep that in mind. And because Bird 3 works so hard and goes out of his way to make sure we have an Archon Shard every week, be sure to offer comfort to show your appreciation. And also like and subscribe if you like what you're seeing so far. Next method is Netracells. Netracells is a great way to get Archon Shards because it gives you a higher chance at earning them because they're a common drop. You are given 5 search pulses each week. When you complete the mission, you lose 1 pulse, and when the pulse is used, it gives you your possible reward that you've earned. Now, like I said before, there's a chance you'll get the Archon Shard, but you're not guaranteed. There's been times where I've gotten 5 Archon Shards back to back, but you're not going to be that fortunate. You may be that fortunate, so it's just all about RNG, but this is a good method to earn it. Now remember, it still has the same restrictions: powered enemies, no respawns, and no consumables. And don't worry, if you fail the mission, you will not lose a pulse. It will still remain at the amount of pulse that you had before you went in. So right now it says 5 out of 5. If I go in and I fail the mission, I'll still have 5 out of 5. You have to complete the mission, and the point of the purpose of the search pulse is once you get to the end of the mission, it's pretty much the reward you're gonna get. That's what the pulse is. So once you get your reward and leave the mission, that's when it activates and uses a search pulse. Similar to the Netracells, we got the Deep Archimedea. This is by far the best way to earn Archon Shards. If you want Archon Shards, if you're on the farm for Archon Shards, play the Deep Archimedea. Now, how the Deep Archimedea works, I'm gonna call it DA for short. So how this works is that every week when you load into the DA, you have a RNG, it's pretty much RNG based. So the Warframes that you see up here, the weapons that you see up here, is all RNG. I did not choose for this order, it chose for me. And it also shows the items that you own and the items that you don't own. So the items that you don't own has this little triangle with the exclamation mark on it. So that means you don't own the item. So for the Warframe, for instance, Dante is one that I don't own. I have him, just didn't craft him yet, so I can't use him, but I can use Wukong and Nova. And preferably, I'm gonna go with Nova. And this is gonna be a before and after. I'm gonna show you how it looks before and how it looks when I complete the mission. So be sure to choose your loadout wisely. Whatever you have on your list, make sure you choose wisely. Pick something that is very overpowered. You don't want to slack on this. And right under the individual perimeters, you see personal modifiers. So what you want to do is by equipping each one of these, you increase your chance of getting more research points, which gives you better rewards. And yes, even though this is giving you great rewards, it doesn't come without great risk. The enemy level is already high as it is. As you can see, 250 to 275 it's the start out level. And adding these personal modifiers, these debuffs can make it very hard and challenging, but it gives you higher rewards, so it's worth it. Definitely run with a squad. You should not do this solo. If you do this solo, you're a maniac, you're a menace. Unless you got that blessed RNG, you're a maniac and you're a madman. That's all I gotta say. But hey, if you can do it, hats off. Like, I really enjoy this game mode because, like, yes, it's very frustrating, but literally it offers a huge challenge. Like, you have to really synergize well with your squad mates. And if you don't have, like, if your RNG is not the greatest and they give you some trash loadouts and a trash Warframe, you're gonna have a fun time. That's all I gotta say. And oh my goodness, this thing is, it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. There's sometimes I don't even do it because of the RNG I'm given. There was one time where I was given like a chroma, and there was like 2 Warframes that I didn't even have unlocked. And the weapons, I don't remember the weapons, but I know they were dog water. So like literally, I even tried it. I attempted it. And I couldn't find a squad that could carry me. I really couldn't. And I couldn't pull my weight. I would die so quick. Like, what is Chroma gonna do? Like, I mean, hey, there's some people out there who can make him work. Don't get me wrong. But me, I'm not that type of dude. So what was I gonna do? Nothing. So RNG has to be on your side. If you have bad RNG, then I'm afraid to say you're just cooked, bro. You're cooked. But back on topic, on the mission side, you see I have Disruption, Alchemy, and Assassination. And of course, each mission comes with even greater risk, the deviation and the risk variable. This is of course to amplify the difficulty of the mission. Now keep in mind, for those who didn't know, each mission has to be completed all together. So whatever loadout and whatever Warframe you choose, that's going to be what you're rocking with for every single mission. So for Disruption, Alchemy, and Assassination, it's going to be back to back. So if I make it to the Assassination and I fail that mission, right back to the drawing board. And lastly, of course, the restrictions: empowered enemies, no respawns, and no consumables. So happy farming on this one, guys. Happy farming. When completing Deep Archimedea, when you did every challenge, you would unlock the Elite Archimedea, and you want to play the Elite. You are permanently unlocking, by the way, and this is what you want to play every time. You see how the bottom, I got more rewards down there? This is how you get more Archon Shards, more resources. This is how you get it. So you definitely want to try to unlock the Elite Archimedea, and you'll be good. Now, of course, since it's the Elite, it's going to be harder. So look at the enemy level is now 375 to 400. So definitely be careful. Good luck, and you're going to get all those resources. You got this. Temporal Archimedea is the exact same, just on a different area. This is located in 1999, but it's the same concept. I forgot to mention that they also take search pulses, and it takes 2 search pulses. So you definitely want to, if you're going for Archon Shards, definitely do either Temporal Archimedea or Deep Archimedea, because you get more Archon Shards out of it. There's a higher chance you can get like 5, 6, 7. You can literally get a lot of Archon Shards. Versus the Netracells, you have a chance of getting 5, but you're not even guaranteed 5. You might get 2, you might get 1, might get 3, you might get 4. It's up to you, it's up to RNG, but I would highly recommend doing the Archimedeas. And last but not least, since we're talking about 1999, we're gonna get into the Hex Calendar. There's a chance that one of the months has a present that has a Archon Shard in them that you could choose from. And a good thing is that it's not limited to the base 3 Archon Shards. You can also get the other 3 that you can only get from combining Archon Shards. This isn't the most effective way of getting Archon Shards, because there's a chance that you won't see one at all for like even for all 3 of the calendar months. So definitely just check here just in case, you never know, but it's not the effective way. So if you don't see it up here, of course they offer good rewards, but if you're going for Archon Shard Hunt, I wouldn't rely so much on this one, but there's a chance you will see. As you can see, there's an orange one up here. So I would say just stick with the Netracells or just stick with the Archimedeas. All right, with that all out of the way, now let me give you a quick rundown of what they're used for and why you should have them. So for my citrine, you see that I have 2 red and 1 yellow. I have red for ability strength and yellow for casting speed. So let's look at the blue shard, since I have Tau Forge as well. You can get plus 150 health, plus 150 shield capacity, plus 50 energy max, plus 150 armor, and plus 5 health regeneration. You can only equip 1 per Archon Shard. So let's say you want to go for 150 shield capacity. Let's say you put 2 or 3 on. So when making a build, that means you don't have to really worry about putting on prime redirection, or you can put on redirection and get more shield out of it. So it helps you either mid-max, or it can help you replace. And this is why having Tau Forge is very important and very good to have, because now if we look at Tau Forge, it went up to 225 health, 225 shield capacity, 75 energy max, 225 armor, and 7.5 health regeneration. It's insane, and you can definitely do a lot of damage or give yourself a lot of survivability depending on the build you're going for. Archon Shards are a must-have. Try to get your hands on a lot of them. Now, for those who are wondering how do you get the other 3 Archon Shards, well, this is pretty simple. This is where the Coalescent Fusion comes in handy. When combining the Amber Shard and the Azure Shard, you get the Emerald. It'll cost 50 Stella, and to get Stella, you play Netracells or Archimedea, and that's how you obtain them, easily to obtain. Now, when you click Fuse, it's going to ask you if you're sure you want to make this fusion, because once you do, you won't have the Amber or an Azure Shard again. You will lose the ones you are fusing to get the shard you're going for. And once you're sure, you fuse, and that's it. You cannot go back. So, and of course, if you want the Violet, you have to combine Crimson and Azure. If you want the Topaz, you got to combine Crimson and Amber. So those are how you get the other ones. And of course, if you want a Tau Forge version of them, you have to fuse Tau Forge Archon Shards. You can't fuse one Tau Forge with a regular with Tau Forge. No, it has to be both be Tau Forge. And lastly, we have the Ascent Fusion. This is how you get Tau Forge. So if you have any extra regular Archon Shards, you put 3 to get a Tau Forge. Now this is going to cost 100 Stella, and it's going to ask you the same thing to confirm because once you do the fusion, you won't have any of those Archon Shards ever again. Well, you can get more, but you won't have those. You will put it into the Tile Forge, and that's all you're gonna get. So be sure that's something you're willing to do. If you're willing to put in 3 Archon Shards for 1 Tile Forge, the decision's up to you. Good luck. And since we're here, my citrine is incomplete. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this off with ability strength Archon Shards, and this is pretty much how you do it. And this is exactly what I wanted. I just didn't have enough at the time. So this is pretty much how you do everything with Archon Shards. This is how you unlock them. This is everything you need to know about Archon Shards and how to get them. It's very important to have. You can really make your Warframes dangerous with this. And this is why, as seen on a blank build, you can see that my strength went up by 40%. I didn't put no mods on here, no nothing. This is a blank build and it's already up 40%. So that means I don't have to put much on strength. I can use something else, a different mod or whatever I want to go for, or I can put on strength and even do more damage. So this is why they're really good to have. But yes, this is pretty much everything that you need to know about Archon Shards. Sorry this video was a little longer than the other ones. I know I caught myself yapping a little too much, but I kind of got into the moment. But I just really wanted you guys to understand how it really feels and kind of what you're getting yourself into. But for those who stuck it out to the end with me, I appreciate you greatly. You guys are awesome, and I want to thank you guys for all the love and support you've been giving me. Please like and subscribe if you felt like I've earned it, and please leave a comment down below if you have any questions, concerns, or tips you'd like to add yourself. Remember, all feedback is great feedback. We're on our journey to strive and prosper until we thrive. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace out, man.